Good morning everyone. Myself Professor Vaibhav Gaud. I am working as a professor in the Department of Chemical Engineering at IIT Guwahati, and I welcome you to this particular introductory lecture to this course Renewable Energy Engineering. This course is coordinated by myself as well as Dr. Anand Lakshmi. She is also working in the Department of Chemical Engineering at IIT Guwahati. This is a specialist course in the rapidly expanding area of renewable energy engineering with a clear interdisciplinary focus. The course is aimed at bringing the technological development and research trend in the field of non-conventional energy resources with special emphasis on engineering and the design aspect. The course will also enable learners to develop and implement creative solutions to the problem encountered in renewable energy capture, conversion and storage. This is a very broad field. As I mentioned, it includes number of renewable energy resources. This can be also visualized from the following schematic. So, if you see this schematic, it also shows the interrelationship between the solar energy as well as various other sources of energy like hydropower, ocean energy, wind and biomass energy resource. However, hydropower and ocean energy as well as the geothermal energy resources are not considered under the scope of this particular course. If you see here the wind, it is considered as the indirect source of solar energy conversion. Similarly, the biomass is also considered as a form of solar energy, as solar radiations are used to grow these plants by photosynthesis process. So, the residual biomass obtained from the agriculture residues as well as the forest residues can be converted into a high energy density fuel or also can be converted into value added chemicals using either of these conversion techniques which are displayed on this particular slide. So, the biomass can be converted through a thermochemical conversion route to a value added fuel as well as the chemical, or maybe biochemical conversion route also can be selected to convert the biomass into a higher energy density fuel, or you can say value added chemical as well. This is a very broad field as I mentioned, and it is mainly because of wide spread of disciplines involved, which is why we aim to unify this approach in one course with special emphasis on only wind, solar and biomass energy resources. It is not necessary to read or refer to this module consecutively, as each particular source is treated as a independent of other sources except few common elements.
Thank you, Professor Gaud. Hi everyone, this is Ananta Lakshmi, working in Department of Chemical Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. So, I am the co-course instructor of Renewable Energy Engineering, Solar, Wind, Biomass Energy Systems. As Professor Gaud already mentioned, here in this course we are going to concentrate the major renewable energy sources, solar, wind and biomass energy systems. Be it a renewable energy sector or non-renewable energy sector, research and development and commercialization is the backbone of any energy sector. In that aspect, development of new designs, materials and manufacturing processes of components and systems with the aim to improve the performance, reliability and then the service life of any system requires basic understanding of existing systems and their designs. Sometimes this includes measurements and characterization as well. We also have to keep in mind this all process have to be done under certain economical considerations. So, in that case we would also require analysis of cost, performance and value. By keeping all this in mind, this particular course is designed in all modules in such a way that we would first discuss basics and concepts of each renewable energy systems, and then we will go in detail about their processes and then process designs, and we will also do practice problems to make you understand the system design. So, here I am going to explain you about the lecture flow of this particular course. So, here we are going to consider the first module as the solar energy. So, in this particular module the lecture flow goes like this. First we will discuss about basics and concepts, and then the systems which are concentrating and non-concentrating collectors. We will also discuss about thermal energy storage systems and solar energy utilization methods. So, if you see solar energy, so which is the most powerful and abundant energy source which is used for heating, cooling and power production applications. There are many technologies which convert sunlight into useful energy. So, here we are going to concentrate solar photovoltaics and solar thermal energy technology. In specific, in solar PV technology, sunlight directly converted into electricity to power homes and commercial buildings. Passive solar technology, where the light and harnesses heat from the sun for space heating application. So, this is the sunlight is directly heating the space. And then the solar water heating. So, this comes under the category of solar thermal technology. So, this is non-concentrating solar thermal technology which harnesses heat from the sun to provide hot water. And then the last one is concentrated solar power. So, which harnesses heat from the sun to provide electricity for large power stations. The next major renewable energy what we are going to discuss in this course is wind energy. So, in this module first we will discuss basics and concepts, and then we will discuss about characteristics and power generation. We will also do some practice problems to make you understand the wind turbine design. So, in the wind energy, so the wind and turbines are the major components, so which are mounted almost 30 meters above the ground level, so which has propeller like blades. So, normally 2 to 3 blades mounted on a shaft. So, the working principle of wind turbine is the balance between the lift force and drag force. Drag force is nothing but the wind's force against the front side of the blade. So, when this happens, a packet of low pressure air forms on the downwind side of the blade, which pulls the blade toward it and causing the rotor to turn. So, when it rotates, the shaft connected to that will rotate and the generator connected to the shaft will produce the electricity. So, wind energy will be used for standalone applications like water pumping, and it also can be combined with solar PV for power production applications, and large number of these wind turbines form wind farm to cater utility scaled power.
So, under this biomass module, a brief overview of conventional as well as the non-conventional energy resources is discussed at the beginning, followed by the broad classification of the biomass resources. So, after understanding the broad classification of the biomass, we will try to learn the properties estimation as well as the characterization of the biomass, or how to find out the composition of biomass, followed by the structural component of the biomass. So, we will spend some time in this course to understand how to evaluate the structural component of the biomass, which mainly includes the cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin and extractive content of the biomass samples. So, once we understand about the characterization as well as the structural component of the biomass, so depending on the feedstock specification of a conversion system, so specific biomass can be utilized for either of these conversion techniques. So, in this course our main focus will be on thermochemical conversion system as well as on the biochemical conversion system. In thermochemical conversion system, the detailed discussions about the pyrolysis, gasification and the combustion processes is included. However, in the biochemical conversion route, anaerobic digestion as well as the alcoholic fermentation of biomass is included.
Next, I am going to share the books and references for this particular course. The Solar Energy Principles of Thermal Collection and Storage by Professor Suhatme and Professor Nayak would be the first reference for this particular course, and here we will use renewable energy sources, Professor Tweddle and Tony, and non-conventional energy sources by Professor Khan, and biomass gasification, pyrolysis and torrefaction by Professor Basu. So, these 4 are books and references for this particular course. However, when we do the course, sometimes the newer technologies require some additional references, and when we do problems, we may require some other additional references for the data. So, those references will be mentioned then and there in the particular lecture itself. So, who should register for the course? The first one is MTech, BTech, PhD students or faculties from reputed academic and technical institutions interested in acquiring knowledge about solar, wind and biomass renewable energy systems can register. Those who are pursuing a career as a chemical engineering, mechanical engineering or biosciences and bioengineering, who are interested in designing renewable energy systems such as solar, wind and biomass systems can register, and executives, engineers and researchers from manufacturing, service and government organizations including R&D laboratories working in the area of renewable energy engineering can also register. So, apart from these 3, so who are really interested to learn about these 3 basic renewable energy systems such as solar, wind and biomass energy system can also register for this course.
So, this is how the course layout looks like. So, this particular course is divided in 8 weeks, and every week there are 3 lectures. So, in all there are total 24 lectures. So, in 24 lectures we will try to cover the entire course syllabus for this particular course. And if you try to see here, so every module has few sessions which covers the practice example, where we will try to solve some example specific to a theory which is covered in that particular module. So, one important aspect of this course is its interdisciplinary nature, being suitable for student with engineering background. Similarly, the course is also open to student with some relevant science background as well. So, we request you to register for this particular course, and we assure you that we are always there. If you have any doubt or queries regarding the content of this particular course as well as the specific topic in the specific module, you can directly contact us on the email ID which is displayed here, as well as you can visit to our home page in the Department of Chemical Engineering at IIT Guwahati, and you can also contact us. So, we are always there to help you and provide you all the support during this particular course. Thank you.
Thank you.